A lot of people develop their course content in Microsoft Word and then want to move it into a learning management system like Angel. So if I created all my lessons and my course content in Word, I could just upload the Word files. But I might not want to do that because maybe I wanted people to not have to have Microsoft Word in order to view my content, or to have to launch a different program from within the LMS, Learning Management System, to run the content, or I might be concerned about the file size. So as a simple experiment, I created a Word document with 5 paragraphs of plain text, and then I added a link to it and saved it as a version that has a link in it. And then I also created a version that has a link and an image file. And so just for curiosity, this image file is a JPEG. It's a 13 kilobyte JPEG, and as far as its resolution, it's a 72 resolution, about 5 by 5 inch document or picture. So then I took those 3 variations, just plain text with link and image, and I saved them, like I said, as a Word 2007 document. I also saved each one as a rich text format document, a HTML or web page document, and then lastly as a PDF document. And then I went and looked at the file size on each of these, and they're grouped so that the first grouping are just the plain text documents in each of the 4 formats, and then you can see that the total file size there, the Word document starts out at about 16 kilobytes, and if I move it to PDF, it gets a little bigger. RTF, it's quite a bit bigger, which 36 kilobytes isn't much, but maybe if this was quite a long document, had many pages, that might start to add up. And by far the smallest document was the HTML or web page document, which dropped it from 16 to 6 kilobytes. Then adding in a link to that, it really didn't see much difference. Each increased by about 1 kilobyte, so it really looked like there wasn't much difference when you add links in between the various formats. But there was some big differences when I went and looked at adding an image. It's a 13 kilobyte image, and with that in a Word document, that takes it up to 31 kilobytes. The HTML version, you've got the HTML document, and then the picture is in a subfolder. So altogether, those add up to about 24 kilobytes. So still smaller than a Word, but there was really a big difference in RTF. I mean, I went up to 1,500 kilobytes or 1.5 megabytes, just that one page of text and that one small picture. Just as an aside, I did try this different variations on this with larger images or more images, and I found some large RTF files that were way too big for people to download. And then so the lessons that I've learned from doing this include that the HTML files are the smallest. So another advantage of HTML is that because it's text, if somebody wanted to copy it and then modify it in the future, that's a possibility as well. Whereas if it were a PDF or something else, it might be harder for somebody to work with in the future. So personally, I might start with saving things as HTML files because they're going to be more accessible to people who don't necessarily have Microsoft software. They're editable by people in the future who might want to use my content. However, there might be there might possibly be some formatting options that I didn't have with HTML, so I might have to go to another choice. But it's a good place to start. The PDFs are about twice the size of the original Word documents. However, they do give you more options if you're building forms or creating specialized content. They might be a good option. And the RTF is just not a good option for use with pictures. So I'm not saying that you don't want to use Word ever, but if your goal is to get away from using or to convert your Word file into something else, this might be something to think about.